We are the collective. We have come to speak. We have come to say to this race of humans that this is a time to prepare. As we have said before, we have come to speak of our beginning. We had come to this planet many thousands of your years ago, many millennia ago. We have been here over 400 of your millennia. We have been watching your race. We watched your race arrive to this planet from other worlds. As you have heard from others, that this race of humans, there is one that calls or refers to the human race as human. This is because of the colors of the skin. This is because of the worlds in which they have come from. We, the collective, have been monitoring you. We monitor the human on a regular basis. We understand the workings of your brain. We understand the workings of your internal organs. We realize and understand how you function. Your carbon form is inferior. However, it serves you on this planet. Your body, as you call it, is merely a vessel for those that have come to take a physical form. At the time of birth, you call the birth of a child. The soul is the name for this being that enters into the physical form. It is an intelligence from another planet that has come to begin to learn more. It wishes to know what it is like to feel, to touch, to love, to care for another. For these entities have long lost this compassion, this sense of three-dimensional touch or feeling. They long to have this sensation. The soul, as you call it, is merely another light being from another world that has come to experience, to come and have this human experience. And then when their time is through, they ascend with this sensation, this experience, these feelings. And then their carbon form is terminated, and you have your ritual in which you perform to take and remove this carbon body from this planet. We, the collective, say that we are here. We come and we observe. There is within your next, we will say, 20 of your years, there will be an obstacle from space that will cause this planet and your race intimate harm and death. For you, a human race, collectively, you have the wisdom and the knowledge available to you by this time. If you do not continue warring amongst yourselves, you exist with such an individualistic attitude. You wish to keep to yourselves your wisdom for fear that others might use it against you. But no, this is not correct. You must bring your wisdom together and use it collectively to prevent this event from occurring. For by the time this event transpires, you will have the wisdom from your collective efforts to prevent this cataclysmic catastrophe. But it is your choice. It is this human race's choice to prevent this by working collectively and bringing your technology to use for all. We, the collective, say that there is much, much to be taught, much to be said. We use for our travels a material which this planet has none of. This material, however, can be produced with a combination of elements. However, your science programs, your research is not sufficient enough or serious enough to allow the discovery of the element that is necessary to produce the event in which is used to travel between dimensions. All of this is before you, before the human race to discover. But it saddens us. The collective is saddened by your fighting between you and amongst your worlds, your countries. Your energies are diverted to making wars, not finding solutions to your energy. You few diverted your energies, physical and mental, to sustaining yourselves and not what you call protecting yourselves from one another. Your advancements would be far greater and the outcome would be phenomenal. However, what are we, the collective, to do? To give you this information with your minds focused on war. You would use it for war. There will be a time when this information will be made readily available, but we will tell you what we can to help you. Your financial system, as it has been predicted by others from other worlds, from the others that have spoken, is ready for collapse on a planetary scale. You are too vain to see this coming, so we, the collective, will tell you it will occur within the next 4, 5 of your years. Total and complete planetary collapse of your financial system will take place, and you will still be ill-prepared. You do not wish to see beyond today. You cannot understand how this collapse or how these events that we speak of will take place, for your minds are not open. You do not see as we see. You cannot, because you wish not to open your minds to the world around you and to the world beyond you. The world beyond is what needs to be focused on. This world beyond is a world of tranquility and cooperation. This world allows you mental freedom and physical freedom. Imagine all your barriers that you, this human race, place on your, what you call, possessions, your property, your territory, your countries. Imagine them all removed, having the freedom to go where you want to go and do what you want to do, all without question. This is how the collective travels. We have no crime. We know meaning of wrong, for there is no thought of doing wrong. Our minds have been conditioned and trained to think only positive thoughts, perform positive tasks. For if you do this, how could there be room for negativity? How could there be room to do wrong? The world that we speak of, it is available in your mind. You have the ability to travel using your mind, but you do not understand how this is possible. It is because, as a child, you were denied the ability to express your most inner thoughts. You were denied the right of expansion of your mind. You were denied because of the naysayers, because of those that have taught you, the religions that have come up, the beliefs that have been instilled, that there is one almighty being. Consider this, that you are that almighty being. Each and every one of this human race is of the almighty being. You are all connected through energy to one another, and you realize this energy when your mind is exercised in the positive way. Show yourself that you can do this by taking the time and reflecting positively on all of your thoughts. Consider what is to come of you by thinking only positive thoughts. We, the collective, we do this always. It has allowed us the transportation necessary to go into your world and back into ours. Go from this planet to what you call your moon. We observe you from both. We wish for you to understand how this is possible. There are, as we have said before, a very few of you humans that understand what the collective speaks of. But when they speak, you are confused, or you do not believe. I say for the collective that this is a necessity for this human race to think positively. The moon is, as we have said before, hollow. It has 2.3 kilometers of solar dust on it from the time in which it has been here around this planet. It is for appearance and for outer protection from the strikes of meteors, asteroids, other debris you care to put a name to. We have seen this protection necessary. There are entrances from the moon surface to the inner cavity. Your astronauts have seen these entrances. They have seen members of our race on the moon. This is why you have not been back, for you have been told not to go back until your minds are open enough to accept our shapes, accept our thought pattern. For this is how we will communicate again with you once you arrive on the moon. Our thoughts are our words, for if your brain cannot understand our thoughts, it will be very difficult for you to understand our intention to you. We would wish to take you into this cavity of the moon to show the selected one that we do exist. We await you on the surface of the moon. We await you, for we know once you arrive again, you will be, or one of you who arrives will be prepared to greet us. We anxiously await your return. We wish to help you inhabit the moon. We wish to cohabitate the moon with you. We wish to live together with you on the moon. There is much, much for you to learn from us, and we are willing to give this knowledge to you, but you have not proved yourselves worthy at this time. And can you blame us with all the turmoil, all the negativity, all the warring and deceit that is going, and the greed and the poverty that is on this planet? How can we trust this human race to use this knowledge as it was meant to be used collectively? There was one of us that we will mention, since he is no longer in a carbon form. You know him by Tesla. He had much insight, much knowledge, much wisdom that was available to you as a human race. He was willing, we were willing to give it to you freely to use for the benefit of the human race. But we, the collective, could not do anything to change your mind. You prevented him from using this on a global scale. You prevented him from benefiting the humankind. You destroyed his instruments in which was meant for your benefit, all in the name of greed, selfishness. Greed destroyed your technological advancement, and you do not realize it. You still do not realize it was greed that did this to you. You could have been far more advanced than you are. You could be traveling outside of your solar system at this time if it was not for greed. For he, Tesla, had the technology to give you. This was some of the collective's earliest technology, but yet it was what you would say hundreds of years before your time. You, out of your naive thoughts and greed, destroyed it. We, the collective, wish to bring this back to you, and will. We understand that there are those amongst you, and there are those of us amongst you that are working with or willing to work with some of you human. We will take and evaluate this situation. There is much more to speak of. We wish to say that this planet is going to change dramatically here in the next, we will not give a time period, but we will say within the next 10 of your years, it will change dramatically. for we do not wish to give away timelines. However, earthquakes will take and change the topography of your world dramatically. There will be volcanic eruptions that take place that will cause your atmosphere to cool. It'll cause great difficulty for the human to sustain itself. We will not say that this is going to be the end of the human, because it will not be, but it will cause many deaths, much through starvation. It will cause many of you to change the way you think about life, the way you think about how you live. But we say that this is not the event to wait for to change your way of thought. We say now is the time to change your way of thought, to help work up to the event that will take place. We say that this is a time for a change of heart, a change of mind, a change of conditioning your thought pattern to a positive and remove the negative from your life. That is all we have to say for now. We will return later.